here with Half Dozen Customs. Last night we left off with, we were cutting that hole out. There wasn't much of a video made with cutting that hole out. I had gotten it marked out before I turned on the cameras. Then we started to cut, and then my buddy that owns the truck stopped by. He hung out for a little while. And then it was getting late. I think it was like 10 o'clock. So I finished just cutting out the hole and we closed up for the night. So it was a very short video. So I'm back out here now. It's probably gonna be a short video again. Any minute I gotta go in and feed the dogs. I'm just waiting for the wife to hit me up on the walkie. But I got this measured and marked out, so we can cut this real quick. Then I'm gonna pull the bolt off the cable on this side. We're gonna measure where the hole is. We'll get it marked out on here. See if we can get it drilled and the bolt tacked in place, and get this put over there and tacked in place. We do got to cut a little section of this off. You'll see. And then hopefully we can stretch that cable out and get that marked on the side where that needs to go, and we can get a hole drilled over there and hopefully get both sides strapped up tonight. So let's get to cutting this real quick so we can move forward. I would like to have both these strapped up tonight at least. So tomorrow I gotta go get some welding gas, and then hopefully tomorrow we can start welding some of this stuff up solid. Yeah, so enough talking, let's get to work. Let's get to work. And there's the wife on the walk. Hello. Okay, let's try this again. I went in and got the doggies fed, and then my alarm on my watch went off, and it's garbage night. And if I don't take care of the garbage when my alarm goes off, I forget. And next thing I know, the garbage man's out front driving by, and then no garbage gets picked up. So, back out here now. I see my buddy that owns a truck is in the area. His lights are on his shop, so a lot of times he stops by here, so we'll see if we get another distraction. But let's get to cutting. Oh. They're close. Let's take this over here. So this tool, I've had it almost a year. Probably maybe around like 10 months or so. I got it for Christmas last year. And I probably don't use it as much as most people use theirs, but I feel that I've used it quite a bit. And I've never changed any of these sanding discs. They seem to last pretty well. So I'm just saying I'm quite impressed with how long they lasted for being a you know, I wouldn't say it's a cheap tool, but it's a, you know, a cheaper tool off of Amazon. You know, a lot of stuff you get off of Amazon, you know, they don't last nearly as long. Like, you know, my grinding discs that I use, you know, I go through those pretty fast, but they're, you know, the 3M ones that I would like to use them, but they're 3 times as much. You know, a lot of people say, well, they last 3 times longer. You know, that's true, but I beat the heck out of those grinding discs. I jam them into stuff, I break them off, I you know, blow them off, I rip chunks out of them. When you're doing that to a $4 grinding disc, it hurts. So I would much rather do it to a $1 grinding disc than a $4 grinding disc. You know, and I mean stuff like this, like, you know, that chunk missing out of there. I do that quite often, and that sucks when it's a $4 grinding disc. So I was just grinding up these lower edges because the very bottom corner of this hole that I cut, I couldn't get a straight cut because I would have had to cut through the bottom side to get a straight cut. So I actually had to use, you'll see it in the video from last night, I had to use a reamer to go in there and just kind of clean up that corner, but it leaves that corner rounded. So I kind of had to bevel the edges here until we had a decent fit in there. So, but now I got it marked where we got to cut it off. Okay, so we marked this. We gotta cut this little tab off so that we're even with the tailgate. You can see I cut this off clean with the edge of the tailgate so we can weld that up and grind that down and look good. Yeah, I gotta mark the other side. Mark the top side so I can put it in the vise and be able to cut it. Okay, let's pull this strap out over here. Okay, fingers crossed that we got this in the right spot. Fingers crossed. First one I just winged it. This one I can't wing it. I gotta make sure it's spot on. Tap. Okay, got that hole drilled. Hopefully it's in the right spot. You know, in the top one, when we go to put the top bolt in, when we go to put the top bolt in, we can always make the hole a little bit bigger than the bolt, so we can go, you know, forwards or backwards or up or down with it, to try and get the cable tight. So I'm gonna let this guy back up. Okay, let's okay, I had you. Camera died while I was figuring out what was next. I gotta go for a walk outside real quick. It's dark out, so I got my headlight on. So we gotta steal a bolt off this guy. Tight. Be right back. Okay, one bolt stolen. Now, last night, my buddy had brought me the 2 top bolts, which he grabbed from the junkyard, which was awesome of him to grab those. But the bottom ones, I'm going to, I found some online that I can order. They're $5 a bolt, and they're actually like a button head Torx, which would, in my opinion, look a lot nicer. So, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'll be able to put those bolts back where I got them from. Hopefully. Ta-da! Alright, I just checking. Scared myself there for a second. It was like, it was looking like it was going to be backwards from the other side. Oh yeah, I got to modify this bolt. Back over here. So, these bolts, these bolts came out of a Ford F-150. This strap is off of a Ford Ranger. And they're super close to fitting, but they just don't fit, and I don't want to mess with the strap and cause the spot to rust. I would much rather modify the bolt. So, you know, the strap you'll see, the bolt you won't see. So I'm just putting the bolt in the drill press, and then this is a metal file. It's just a triangular one. Different grades on each side. And by putting it in the drill press and just using the file, you know, it keeps my circle perfect, but we're able to shave it down a little. So it fits the hole. And that's what she said. When I did this yesterday morning, took me a few tries before we got it. So I expect to do the same here. I'd rather, you know, do a little uncheck it than go too far and then we got a sloppy fit. Not that it matters, because now it'll always be a sloppy fit on my truck. But I'll deal with that when it comes time to build that truck. It's the closest thing I got to a lathe. And it's not the best, I'll tell you that. It does have a wobble to that head, so it is not accurate. We're getting closer. But I am not complaining. Got this bad boy from my grandpa when he passed away, and it is an awesome drill press. be the bolt that is wobbling. And looking at the head, I don't see that wobbling. I just see the bolt wobbling. Or maybe it's the teeth inside there. Okay. Ta-da. Now we fit in there. Now we fit in there. And I didn't, you know, we didn't take much off there. Maybe, you know, a 1/16. Okay, now you know what? Probably take a little bit more off of that bolt. I don't know how we managed to do that, but that is way off. That is not even close. I think I marked the wrong side of half. Crap. So I measured this and it was like 1/16 over half, and I think when I marked it, I marked a 16 under half. Poop. Well, shit happens. That's why you measure twice. So, not gonna make you guys watch me do that again. I'll see you after I get the new one built again and hopefully in the right spot. Remember, measure twice. Okay, so I recut that piece. I re-drilled the hole. I think we're a lot closer now than we were before. So it might not be exactly on point, but I think we're a lot closer than we were. So now I think I'm ready to measure the hole in the bed side. We'll measure twice this time, maybe 3 times, and then we'll drill a hole and see if we can bolt it in, and we'll see where we land. I did get kind of carried away after I cut this new piece and I drilled the hole. I cut out the square for the bolt to fit through and got it tacked in place. My camera had died, so I had everything on the charger over there, but I totally forgot to turn on this camera or go get a new battery. I was in the zone and I just kept working. And then after I got it tacked in, I was like, Shit, I forgot to film that. So, but anyways, I'll show you guys real quick. See, it's in. Ta-da! Oops. Okay, I think I got everything. Let me just grab my gloves. Okay. So I'm gonna take this one out. We'll measure the hole. So right now I just have this. I explained it in another last night's video. I just drilled a hole and threaded this bad boy in there. I do want to weld a bolt in here. But for right now, the hole drilled in there is good. And then once the hole's drilled in there, I can literally take the bolt, and that threaded pretty well in there. Check it out. Can you see the threads in there? That threaded pretty good in there. But anyways, what I can do is I could probably put the bolt on the back side of this and then thread it in, and then we can marker on the bolt, and then we can, we can cut it out, grind it out, drill it out, however. It's a square bolt, if you guys remember. But we could get it exactly where it needs to go. So let's see. So 2 1/4 on center. Oh, we just lost the other camera. Measure that again. 2 1/4 on center. Measure it again. Let's just make sure. Looking at it upside down. Okay, so now this one's gonna be a little trickier because I don't know if both sides match perfectly. So 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Just double check everything again. This one's not as easy to repair the hole. Okay, so I got my little mark right there. You guys see it? So now let's hold this up here and let's see. It looks pretty good. We're gonna roll with it. Oh. I swear that's the one that I used. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one that I used yesterday to drill this hole. Ah. I remember doing that yesterday too. So, one of two things here. Either my hole is in the wrong spot, or this guy is. Okay, clean up my mess real quick. Me pulling this piece off, no big deal because they were coming off again anyways. I just, hopefully it's a bolt that's in the right spot and another piece is in the wrong spot. Fingers crossed. Okay, so okay, we're good and tight there. Let's see, I think we're good and tight over here. Little, I mean it's tight, but little bit of slack. I think they're about the same. This one might have a little, I don't know. And this one might be a little loose, but I think we're good enough. I think we're good. You know, if it's off, it's within like a 32nd, maybe a 16th. But I don't think I'm gonna get it much closer. So I'm super happy with the way that it turned out. Being that we got it so damn close and seeing how this threaded into it, I mean, you've seen how thick that was in there. I mean, there's probably a good 4 threads at least into there. I may just leave those. You know, I was talking to my buddy yesterday about it, and you know, I told him if it was my truck, I'd leave it. I said, but being that it's his truck, you know, I'm gonna drill it out. I'm gonna weld a bolt in there. But I think we're only gonna get like an extra 1.5, maybe 2 threads out of it if I weld a bolt in there. I mean, you know, here's the bolt that I was gonna weld in there. I bet you there's only an extra 1.5 threads that we're gonna gain by welding that bolt in there. You know, this side's thick. So, I don't know, I guess, you know, next time he's over here, I can pull one of the bolts out and I can show him, you know, how many threads we actually did get out of those, out of just threading that in there. I think he'll be more than okay with it. I think I am. So, but that's it. We're good. I feel comfortable sitting on it. Well, once it's finished welding in here, you know, we only got a couple tacks holding stuff in, but once it's once it's all welded up, yep, I feel comfortable sitting on it. A couple people. Can't fit more than a couple, it's pretty small. But cool. That's it. I'm happy. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. High five.